First BL drama from Chinese Dramaland in 2021. Oh, you crazy! Hi, you're watching Avenue X, where a junkie on good storytelling shares her thoughts, knowledge, and occasional weird ideas on stories and how they're told. 山河令 previously named 天涯客, previously named A Tale of the Wanderers, now Word of Honor, is a 36 episodes web drama that's being exclusively aired on the web platform Youku. It is also the first boy love BL adaptation from Chinese Dramaland in 2021. This drama is led by Zhang Zhehan and Gong Jun, and it's based on a novel from the web novel writer Priest, who has also written Guardian, Zhenhun, and You Fei, Legend of Fei, based on the first 9 episodes I've watched. I'll give it a 1 gold mine rating, definitely with the possibility of raising that up. So I'm gonna briefly introduce you to the original story first, and then going to talk about the drama, the good, the bad, what I observed. Here it contains a little bit spoiler, so if you don't want to get spoiled, come back at this time. The story's main characters are Zhou Zishu and Wen Kexing. Zhou Zishu is the founder of a kind of secret police spy organization that serves the imperial power. At a certain point of that, he wanted to quit this really terrible life at the price of pretty much putting a time bomb, a kind of device in the novel setting, so that he only has a couple of years left to live that allows him to leave the organization. So he did that and started becoming a wanderer of this world and running into a guy named Wen Kexing. Wen Kexing is also a character who has a really terrible past. He's secretively the leader of a pretty crazy place called Guigu, literally means Ghost Valley, where all the bad people, the worst kind of offenders of the Jianghu world that won't be accepted anywhere else, ended up in that place. And he is the strongest one of them all. He fought his way through, learned crazy martial arts through that all by himself, ended up on the top. But his secret agenda is actually to destroy that place and also to revenge his parents' death. So this is also a little bit like a road movie. Two people meet. They each have really terrible past, trying to achieve their own individual goals and develop friendship, other ship that's over friendship. So it's a BL Jianghu story. The original novel is one of the shortest from the author Priest. So to make this drama, they definitely did a lot of expansion. That will lead me to talk about first the good things I observed based on the first 9 episodes of this drama. The first thing I think they've done definitely right, which resulted in currently this drama is the top 1 hottest drama on Weibo only after 1 week of its airing. It did a really good work of balancing the original text, original material, expanding it, but still keeping the essence. Nobody is written as an OOC character. All the classic scenes that people read the novel would want to see so far happened. And I did a little bit digging about the screen adaptation scriptwriter and realized she is actually a book fan of Priest. So you have a book fan scriptwriter adapting the work. It totally shows that this person knows the original material very well. So they can play with it. What part can be worked on more, what can be changed, what cannot. The second thing I observed from this drama is I think they really care about the story. I can tell they have a good overall attitude towards it. It's not a high budget drama. It's actually one of the lowest budgeting BL adaptations there are among all the BL adaptation dramas. This is one of the project that people don't have much hope for because it's Youku's project. Previous track record with Guardian, you know. When they are doing the production, they run into some very unfortunate situations, such as pandemic situation, which totally halted the production and resulted in their original cast. The 2 leads they've picked originally for this drama couldn't work for this drama because of pandemic and scheduling and delaying. They lost the 2 lead actors they've already decided, and they also lost quite a few very major players. And for like over 4 or 5 months, Zhou Ye, the actress who played Gu Xiang, is the only one who's stuck to this crew, who is like, I'm not giving it up. Other actors have moved on to other projects, but I'm gonna, still promise you I'm gonna do this. Now the drama has come out, a lot of people found that out, and they're super grateful for her, because she definitely has many offers. She doesn't have to do this drama. This is like, in many people's opinion, slightly below her standard, because she has a really high starting point. She's kind of the film actress. She has lots of resources, but she stuck with this project. She didn't give up. So I'm dressed up a little bit like her. You can tell that this drama had a lot of difficulties, but they cared about the story, even though kind of nothing worked for them. They managed to deliver what I have seen so far. I'm happy with quality drama. Obviously, it's by no means the best drama in any department. You can pick a million problems from this drama. Some of the CGI is pretty, like the underwater part is pretty laughable. And they do overall a little bit too much slow motion on the fighting scene. I prefer, right, more visceral fighting, but then I get it because they slow it down. They make like those close-up, those super slow shots so that they show the two leads are flirting with each other. You can also tell there's a good level of skin smoothing, which is not to my aesthetics. I'd prefer to look at people's real texture of skin. I cannot, right, turn my head away to the fact that it's not a high quality production, but at the same time, I feel appreciative of the effort that they've put in. The third good thing about this drama is definitely this thing. 磕到了. I would say I'm not so 磕到了 about this CP of 周子舒 and 温客行, played by 张哲瀚 and 龚俊. Maybe it's the story itself, because I read the novel, and I have to confess I am not so into the novel itself, so that may be the reason why when I'm watching a drama, while I'm very happy to watch it, I am not hooked on it in the way that you get the buzz in your head, you can't even get them out of your head, that type of thing. Definitely much less than Untamed or Guardian, but I admit, and I can tell this happened to a lot of people, because a lot of my reviewer friends, my just ordinary friends and drama watcher friends, they're now crazy, okay, about this coupling. As actors, for Zhang Zhehan and Gong Jun, I think so far they've done a good job. Not impressively good, but I do enjoy their back and forth on screen. Maybe it's due to the fact that neither of them is my type. Although I do have to say, I didn't expect Gong Jun can be this good. Previously, he has been in BG dramas. I've watched that, and he's pretty wooden, and I was super unimpressed by his acting, which is why I had low expectation of 天涯客 now 山河令 previously, like I've said not so long ago in my BL focused video. Somehow when he's in this BL drama, he just becomes so much more animated. His facial expressions, the glitter in his eyes is so much more than what he looks like in BG dramas. Don't know what's the magic here, but he definitely has surpassed my expectation. So I'm happy to watch him acting as the crazy peacock who is always showing off his tails and running around Zhou Zishu and saying all those flirtatious lines. This drama has successfully created a on-screen CP, and this is definitely essential to any BL adaptations. If the chemistry doesn't work between the two leads, you're dead. And what can we say? The weird way of universe working. Maybe that's also Youku's fate. Thinking about Guardian as a priest's novel that lost most of its money before it started shooting, therefore actually had to change the leading actor, and then ended up exploding. 3 years later, you have 天涯客, which is also priest's work, also on Youku platform, also lost both of its prospect leads at the beginning of the production, had to find other people to fill in, and now is doing really, really well, even though it's only the first week. The universe works in mysterious ways. Now let's talk about the not necessarily bad things, but I'd say things are not ideal for me. First, based on earlier episodes, I think the BL vibe is a little bit too on the nose. People are calling it's not BL adaptation, it's literally just BL, because they really weren't trying to hide all the flirtatiousness, all the guy thing. It pretty much is thrown onto your face right from the beginning when the two leads meet. Although it is pretty much like that in the book, but I was thinking when they adapted it to the screen, they probably will tune it down, whether it's censorship problem or whether it's trying to break through a bigger circle to get more audiences in. If you're so on the nose, so BL, you know, it may deter people who are not interested in it. But no, the scriptwriter actually turned it up, which is like the first time it has happened, let's be honest, about a BL adaptation. When they filmed this drama, they actually made the lines between the two leads on many occasions super explicit. They use a lot of poetry. Thanks to China's huge literature reservoir, a lot of ancient poetry, ancient language, certain words, certain actions that actually has a lot of reference meaning, they just throw that all onto this drama. So in the lines that they filmed, this is much more explicit, and then they dubbed it over with dubbing actor's voice that changed the lines, but the lips are still there, so people have already figured out what was the original lines. It definitely wouldn't pass censorship. And if you want me to do a video about what are actually spoken, or you know, what are all the poetry references, leave a comment below. I'll try to make it happen. But even without the poetry thing, the actions, the interactions, the eyeing of it's very on the nose. A lot of people like it, and there's nothing wrong, no judgment about that. I mean, I enjoy watching it. Oh, you crazy about saying that. So I definitely do that too. But as a person who likes story, I prefer the type of undercurrent stuff, especially at the beginning stage when people don't know each other. I prefer you leave me traces, breadcrumbs, to lead me to the big feast. I love to dig sugar out of the lines instead of having sugar just smacked in front of me on a plate and say, eat it. I much prefer to be a more active part as an audience in this whole game. Right now, I feel like I am so at ease. It's like I don't even need to think or figure out what they're trying to do. It's blatantly obvious. Which leads me to talk about the second thing. Not because the drama is not good. It's literally because I'm worried about they being so obvious. Whether that's gonna end this drama in trouble if it gets too popular. Right now, it's still kind of within limited circles popular, but if it got too big, I can see like people, nasty people, because this is 2021 internet, some people will want to destroy it for whatever reason. It did happen to a lot of BL dramas previously. Either they get taken down, re-edited, put back, you see like certain chunks get cut out, or they get totally taken down and never came back again. I don't want that to happen to this drama. I think priests deserve a good adaptation. She deserves it, okay? And also, obviously, there's competition. 爱奇艺, 芒果, Tencent. I just hope they don't do stupid things. Because if they do that, it impacts the entire BL adaptation genre. And it would be stupid to do it. But just because people are powerful and rich doesn't mean they're not stupid. The third thing, we still need to wait and see, which is why I'm not rating it very high at this point. There's still more than 2/3 of the drama to go, and because they've added plot into it, they've changed certain characters' setup. I don't know how it's gonna turn out. We've been taught by Guardian they can totally F up the ending. So far what I've seen is, for example, they've changed certain characters' gender. I don't know if that plays into a huge role later into the plot. They've also added more court politics, although it hasn't shown up yet, but it will, because if you look at the title and the ending song, there are shots related to the court stuff, which did not exist in the original book. With the leaked material that you've seen so far of some of the special featuring stuff, you can tell the character Gong Jun plays very late in the drama is gonna get all white-haired. And that didn't happen in the novel. So what they've done with the plot, what have they done to make him go all white hair? I have no idea. I hope it's not a bad ending for anyone. So there's a lot of things that you're not sure where they're gonna go, but we only need to wait for a month, hopefully, because it will finish airing pretty much at the end of March, and we will find out then. And to conclude this video, I'll tell you a little bit about when I was reading the novel, I was actually most attracted to a character who is super peripheral. He's like the supporting, showing up a couple of times character. And because his story is actually mentioned in an extra chapter of 天涯课 the novel, I was intrigued, I went searching, and I fell in love with this character's setup. He hasn't shown up in the drama yet, but he will. He's played by the actor Wei Zheming, who I just love, I adore. He's the lead of Perfect and Casual, and he's perfect for this role, which is Qi Ye. He is actually a prince who has, wow, some of the most incredible character setup in, I'd say, in Priest's novel setting. And he actually has a novel called Qi Ye. Basically, one of the supporting role in the book and also in this drama is the leading role of another Priest's novel that probably will never be made into a drama due to the reincarnation plot of that drama. But this character is fascinating. I just look at the character setup, I'm like, I am much more interested in his story than say in Zhou Zishu and Wen Kexin's story. And I hope, since the scriptwriter is a fan of Priest's work and she probably knows the story of Qi Ye, she would kindly add a little bit more reference to Qi Ye's story in this drama. I'd be so happy about that. That would be the end of my first impression video on Shan Heling Word of Honor. Thank you for watching Avenue X. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching, and